Hi, I'm Dr.Jayshree Om, author of the Ancientscienceofvastu series. We have 3 books in this series, and the first one is Vishwakarma Prakash. I'm going to just briefly tell you about the first scripture, the Vishwakarma Prakash. See, this text was originally written by Lord Vishwakarma ji, the supreme architect and scholar of Vedic sciences. His reference is even found in the Rig Veda. His knowledge of Vastu is thought to be complete and absolute with regard to industries, machineries, architecture. So the original text was given to us thousands of years ago. We don't know the actual date when it was written. Many say that it was done in the Tritaya Yuga. So it's basically thousands of years ago and has been passed down to us through generations. This book, this scripture, in architects community is considered very sacred. This scripture is also commonly found in many of the altars of the household of the architect and the civil engineers and their community. So in ancient times, it was considered very pious and auspicious to reprint or reproduce this literature and distribute it, which holds true even to this date. So maybe that could be one reason that we have also made an attempt to translate it in English and give our commentary. So this is our way of giving it back to the society. So distribution of this scripture is believed to uh, it's believed that it blesses one with health, wealth, and prosperity. Yeah, definitely. Even we would want prosperity and good health, and the wealth eventually follows. So, thus, many ancient Vedic libraries and households have copies of this grand scripture, and it's been penned and translated by different authors. You will find many other commentaries by many other authors. So, yeah, this is a very, very sacred scripture. So, this scripture is officially included in the curriculum of Maharishi Mahesh Yogi University. And however, this is, in such a grand scale, this is for the first time that we have made an attempt to publish it in English. It has been, I would not say it has not been published in English, but we tried finding the copy in English for our reference, for our research work. Me being a Vastu consultant, I really wanted something that I would be able to understand in English, but we could not find it. So that's when my journey of giving the truth about Vastu started, and that's why we've made an attempt to translate this scripture. So this scripture comprises of 13 chapters with about 1400 verses. So see, Vastu is not just about where the kitchen should be, where the room should be, or where the toilet should be, where the entrances should be. So this chapter has 13 chapters. So every chapter takes up every topic in a very detailed manner. So, like subjects like selection of land, the first chapter is about selection of land, and then the 10th chapter is about doors, the importance of doors, the foundation, how the foundation stone, the foundation stone must be placed, the date, the when do we start the construction, that is also very very important. Graha pravesha, when do we enter a house, that is also the Graha Muhurat, that is also covered in a very great detailed manner in this scripture. So, so Vastu is a compilation of everything from selection of the land to Graha Pravesh, and after that also you stay in a very healthy environment. That is, the whole journey is basically a Vastu, just not about, it's not just about rooms. So this is probably the only scripture written in the Vastu science. See, there are more than, they say that there are more than 2500 scriptures only on Vastu, and just about 250 are available, and just about you know, very few, close to 20-25 have been translated. So we have so many more scriptures to be translated, and we have to bring it to the society for the benefit of the people. So that's what all of us, all our Vedic science group, our Vedic Vastu group has been trying. So, see, there are other classical literature and texts which have become a benchmark for a particular field of study. See, if we have to study Hatha Yoga, the Hatha Yoga, the yoga postures, what do? We refer to Hatha Yoga Pradipika. For Ayurveda, we refer Charak Samhita. For astrology, we refer the Brihad Parasar Hora Shastra. Similarly, even for Vastu, this book, the Vishwakarma Prakash, is the pinnacle and paramount scripture that every person must refer to. So that's the reason we took this book, as our first one in our series. So this intensive scripture covers every aspect of Vastu. Like I said, the first chapter is about selection of the land. Then how do we purify the land? The purification of the land itself is a very beautiful process and explained in a beautiful manner in this book. Planning of a structure, that is called Graha Vinyas, planning, like where do we place the kitchen and the rooms. That is also covered very well in this. That's there. And then you have that determining of the auspicious time. We just cannot do whatever we want to do. There are specific times, and how do we get to that time is also explained there in this book. The placement of temple, room, kitchen, toilet, study, water body also is very important aspect of and this has been really covered very well in this book. So we have the design, the shape, the size of the door design, the shape of the land is also there, and especially the ayadi calculation. Like, we just cannot make bed out of our own measurements. There are measurements for doors, there are measurements for bed, for your chair. So everything is as per the ayadi calculation, that is the measurements. And what are the defects? The last chapter, the 13th chapter, covers the defects that should not be there. Ved, it is called. So that is very well explained in this. And there are many other useful tips which, when you read the text, you will because whatever is required, not everything is required for everybody. So whatever is required for you, you may just take that shloka and use it for your benefit. And there are few basic tantras and mantras also. Vedic mantras are also given for the particular energy. So every person reading this scripture will get a complete insight and knowledge how to plan, make their structure Vastu compliant. They will also be able to optimize and harness the energy around the place. So that's about this book. And as per Samrangan Sutradhar, I just want to tell you what it's about. The Lord Vishwakarma ji is said to be the Acharya, the teacher of the Devas. We can find his reference in the Rig Veda, as I said, as the head architect and divine engineer who designed the palaces, temples, flying chariots of the celestial gods. So imagine a text written by him, and you're going to make your house as per his guidelines. That will be amazing. So that's why this is a go-to scripture for everybody. So I want to just make a tribute to the real author of the scripture, that is Vishwakarma ji. So it says as per Rajvallabh scripture. That's the third one that we have translated. So as per Rajvallabh chapter 1 verse 4, it says that in one hand Vishwakarma ji carries gaj. Gaj is a scale, and in one hand he carries a gaj, other hand a thread, third hand kamandal, like a stoop, and a fourth hand a book and a Gyan Sutra. Gyan Sutra is like the scripture. So who is ascending on swan. So he basically his vahan, his vehicle is swan, is three-eyed. So he has three eyes, is adorned with beautiful crown, definitely a crown, and more so even his body is an indicator of growth. So he's the architect of many dwellings of gods and kings. He's the maker of many beautiful homes. Such a beneficiary, Vishwakarma. We please be our protector and protect us. So do refer to the scripture and review us on Amazon, and even you can comment on my YouTube channel and do let us know how we can improve on this grand scripture. Let us all work together in getting back our scriptures, getting back our ancient knowledge, and making India great. Jai Hind. Thank you.